Coming up on this episode of 419 by Design, we'll check in with our Directions Credit Union Living Local Home Makeover Roof Rescue and Window Upgrades Contest. We'll talk to some of the winners, and we'll follow along to see how it all came together. All that and more on this episode of 419 by Design.
I'm Candy DeLeon, and the Seagate Roof Rescue winner. I work as a special ed paraprofessional with K to 3-year-olds. I've been doing this for over 15 years. I like to watch them grow. See what new things that they've learned and how they become an adult. I'm losing a lot of shingles on my house, and I'm growing some moss on the front, and it's just, I don't know how old it is, so that's why I put in to win.
It makes you really feel good, and our employees like it, we like it, so we try to do a couple a year, and normally we do. And this one was a little different kind of project, but it's kind of fun too. So we were able to help these people to some degree, and they'll get a new roof that they probably wouldn't have been able to get without a little bit of help from us.
Getting this new roof is just great, because otherwise I wouldn't be able to do it. I mean, it's something that I need done, and it'll look great, I know, when it's done.
Time to check in with Seagate Roofing and Foundation Services owner Tom Elder and learn a little bit more about the company.
Seagate, we're about 36, 37 years old as a company. We're basically a residential roofing and foundation company. The homeowners need to do their due diligence. There's a lot of good companies out there, there's a lot of bad companies. So you need to ask your neighbors, you need to talk to people, you need to use the Better Business Bureau, you need to use the Lake Toledo Home Remodelers Organization. Just because you see a commercial on TV that says it's half off, it isn't half off, believe me. But once you do that, then the process starts with having somebody come out and going through the process of how the roof gets done, how the company's going to stand behind it, picking everything out. And like, for example, when we start with a homeowner, we're going to go through it step by step how we put the roof on. One of the things is in our business, it's important to have this communication with the customer so that everything goes on a nice timeline. Unfortunately, with roofing, you got to be a little careful because Mother Nature plays a big part of it. We get waylaid by the weather all the time. Once we get past all of that and we get out here to the roof like we are today, it's a process of getting the dumpster here, tearing the roof off, protecting the house against the elements so we're not going to get you wet, making sure we have no high winds coming up, that type of thing. Tear that roof off and then go through our process of installing a new roof. That starts with the underlayment. We use synthetic underlayment, ice and water shield to protect the edges of the roof, new metal around the edges, making sure the venting is proper, making sure the chimneys flash properly, making sure the walls are flashed properly. There's a lot of detail in roofs. It's not all just putting shingles down. And then from there, it's a matter of cleaning it up and going home.
Well, the first thing we do today is we tear off the roof, get all the shingles, all the old felt off, make sure all the wood's good and secure, no rot in it. And then we ice guard all the bottom eave edges, felt it, drip edge it, and then we shingle it. When we start a roof job, we go up there. First thing is to make sure the homeowners are happy with what we're doing. And then we check for any rotten wood, make sure everything's good, clean all the gutters out, make sure they got good ventilation, and that's about it.
It's time for some more good news as we learn about the Directions Credit Union Window Upgrade Contest with Bill McConnell, President of Done Right Building Services.
What stood out to us on Vivian's entry was it was her daughter who actually did the entry for her and kind of explained to us what she'd been through and where she's at and a lot of the things that she does for other people. And it just kind of struck us as somebody who gives all the time. It seemed like a great idea to be able to give back and let her have something nice too.
Hi, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too.
Thank you so much for your generosity
you're
on Mom's
welcome.
house. We really, really appreciate it so much. God
my
bless
pleasure.
you. Thank you so
So
much.
welcome.
This is my mom, Vivian Grant. She's the one that it's on behalf of that we
Thank
thought
you so
really
much.
could
You're
use
very
them so
welcome.
much.
Oh, you can't imagine. You just can't imagine.
You're gonna love it.
When I heard that there was an essay contest regarding windows, I knew that Mom needed windows so bad, and we couldn't pay for them for her, and she certainly couldn't pay for them herself. And she's needed them for many, many years. And I thought, you know, she's a very giving person. She gives everything to the church, the community, her neighbors, all of us kids, the grandkids, the great-grandchildren. Why not take the time to put down on paper just how special she is to us and to the community? Even though she doesn't always think she is, she means a lot to all of us.
You're gonna love them.
I know it's just this house was built in 1918,
Really?
and there's only 2 windows here that's been replaced and 2 in that, but that at different times. We tried to put air. So she called me, and I didn't believe it, and I said, "Are you sure?" And you know, because there's so many scams out there in this world. There's so many dishonest. She said no, and she explained how beautifully it was interaction and it was being done, and I was so pleased about it because the house is so old, and when you're retired, you can do just so much, and when you do have money tucked away for something, it always something more special comes up. So that's what you do, and so I thank you. Blessing.
Our pleasure. Glad we could help.
Now you have to measure
Yep, I'm gonna measure them all up for you.
inside or outside. It's
Inside first, and then I'll take a walk
okay.
around
We'll
the
have to.
outside.
I don't know how you could. I got a dresser in front of one.
I'll be able to get around it.
And
So the
there's
process by which we order windows by is one of the first things we do is once a customer is interested in having us out to the property to do basically a walkthrough to see if it's even a need that they have. We actually take custom measurements to make sure that the new windows, once they're manufactured to within a quarter of an inch width and height, will fit right into the same opening as they do. So the measurements we transmit to the factory are the exact measurements that the windows themselves will be made to once the windows are get delivered to us.
I moved in 1965, and the kids we had, let me see, we had 3 then. And Rhonda, who's the nurse, was born just before we moved in here. And then we had 2 more here. But we were the neighborhood hangout. Everybody came here. The whole neighborhood came, and we had a pool. So there was like the rainbow was outside of children. Christmas Eve is everybody bumps into each other because all the grandchildren and the great-grandchildren, everybody comes over, but everybody was always here, and their spouses and their children and such. And it was standing room only, and that's for real. Standing room only. I mean, there were times when we had this table turned and we put the baby in a drawer under the table, and he was sleeping, you know. and you don't leave him in the bedroom with the kids. Never do that. So anyway, this house has helped raise the children, and then we raised another young man that his mother passed away, and we loved him dearly. He's not with us any longer.
Light sliders. Those are the one in the back bedroom, and then the one in this bedroom over here. That's when they're going to be sliding windows.
Wonderful.
And then all 13 windows are going to have the low and argon gas in them, and all 13 windows are going to have the exteriors wrapped. And the bathroom window is going to have the bottoms privacy glass. And the bathroom window is going to have both upper and lower sashes will be tempered for safety. So your total job cost would normally be $64.16, and then you owe $0. So need your okay right there.
God bless you.
Thank you. So one of the reasons we're kind of proud to be part of this process is that we also are a local company, and this is our opportunity to give back to somebody who's also local. You know, and getting involved with Buckeye Broadband also gives us the opportunity to help somebody who might not be able to, under normal circumstances, afford the project. In this case, she's able, through Buckeye Broadband and the contest that she won, get an entire house full of windows, which are going to make everything much more comfortable. Her bills will be less, the house will be more secure, look nicer. All of the reasons that you would get new windows for a new home now.
Let's check back in with Sherry and Bill and see how the Windows upgrade is coming along.
Well, Sherry, we're here taking all these old windows out. We're going to make sure all the openings are taken care of, the wood's taken care of inside there, and the new windows are actually custom measured to fit. So as you see, they're sliding right in, just like they're supposed to.
Absolutely. Wonderful job.
And see how rough those are there? All that will be gone. You won't have to worry about that anymore.
We're so grateful. So grateful for your generosity.
Oh, our pleasure. What you're seeing here are just kind of like years and years of not so much neglect, but just the lack of maintenance. A lot of times you'll see here with the plastic on the windows and the paint peeling and such. And what we're doing here now with custom-made windows is we're actually taking everything out of the opening, making sure the openings themselves are in good shape, and putting a custom-made window back in place, making sure it's plumb and insulated, and then making sure it's good for the lifetime of the window.
Move around and stuff.
Oh, bless you. You certainly are. We're so excited. Yes, it's like everything's just so brand new and so opened up.
Doesn't it look
It's
great?
a beautiful day, not just outside, but in here too.
Sure. Yeah, we've got the first 4 windows in. See how nice they fit, how much quieter it is inside here. And just standing outside as chilly as it is today, when you walk back inside, how much warmer it is now. So.
Absolutely beautiful. Wonderful transformation. Doesn't even feel like it's the same property or the same home. She is just going to be so elated with it.
Makes everything look brand new, doesn't it?
It does.
They're secure. They've got locks and vent locks on them. So it's a great, we should be able to use your windows.
She also too. Yes, she can let the summer breeze in and keep the cold
That's
out
right.
now,
That's
which
right.
she didn't have that option before for many, many years. Absolutely awesome. We are so grateful. We're so pleased.
Well, right now I'm cutting all the old caulk so I can get the trim off because of how they're put in before. These older windows, back in the day when these were stuck in, they didn't really use a lot of insulation. They caulked them in. Usually these are wood windows. They replaced them already once, but these are so old. They're mechanical. They're screwed together on the corners and that, so they don't seal as well.
Oh, beautiful. It just, so brand new, so bright, and it's quiet.
What a difference. Oh,
it's
yeah.
a huge difference.
And it's warmer. It's warm in here already.
Yes, and it's, like I said, it's so quiet. You don't hear anything from the traffic or anything from the outside.
She's going to see, I can't get to sleep at night. I can't rid out my noise.
No! It's a beautiful, beautiful job.
And the nice thing is everything's custom made to fit. So every window that we sell is custom measured to fit whatever opening it is. So when the windows arrive on the job site, they fit most of the time. Every so often we mess with it. But you see everything fits in there nicely.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Snug, snug, snug. Very nice.
And there's nothing she's going to have to do when she comes home. She's not going to have to paint anything or fix anything or put anything back together. It's all will be done for her.
Beautiful. Thank you so much.
You're so
So
welcome.
beautiful. She's going to be elated.
Oh, I'm so happy.
Who needs stress? I just come to work to break glass.
Let's check in with Vivian as work wraps up on her beautiful new windows.
I was just amazed. It was, they had told, I was gone yesterday and I came back in the evening. Just coming in and seeing it was like, it was a whole picture window across here. It's just beautiful. And so I had to touch the windows and feel them. And they are quality. They're made very well. They're strong. They're gonna outlive me and you, that's for sure. But it was just beautiful. And today, when they finished on the outside, my daughter said, "Can you come out here and take a look at this?" So I went out there, and my mouth just dropped because it looked so different. It's beautiful. I went out on the deck and I could see the side of the house. It looked so different, and they're just beautiful. It's such a nice feeling to see something done well, and they did everything they said they were going to do. That's for sure. But I just love them. They're gonna. It's more than I deserve, that's for sure. But I think it's just beautiful, and I thank everyone involved. Thank you very much.
Well, Vivian, now that your windows are all installed, you've got a lifetime warranty that you never have to worry about anything again. All the locks, the glass, all the mechanical parts, everything is guaranteed for life. So if you ever have an issue with anything, you just have to give us a call. We'll take care of it.
Thank you so much.
When these guys came to us and talked to us about, what this new program is going to be like, at first I thought it was just more advertising type thing, that they were talking to us about what it turned out to be a great project for us because we got to meet you and Sherry and all the other folks. So we're very happy to be involved in it.
Well, thank you so much, and Buckeye Cable for their involvement and done right. The pride and dignity that you folks have handled yourself, and it's just been amazing. Everything's quality. The work was done well. Everything was done exactly as you said it would be done. And I thank you for your honesty and sincerity in this world.
You're so very welcome.
As work continues on our roofing project, Seagate Roofing owner Tom Elder gives us some tips on when it's time to buy a new roof.
The age of a house has a lot to do with it. Roofs in the past have been replaced about every 20 years, and now, of course, the shingles are lasting longer, so it's one of the main ones is watching your neighbors. As you see neighbors getting their roof replaced, most houses are built about the same time. That's one way. The other is there are telltale signs. I mean, when you look at a roof and you can see where the granules are missing or there's shingles missing or you've got leaks, all those type of things are an indication that you need to have a good contractor look at it. You may not need a new roof, but you may just need some repairs. But you get those telltale signs, small leaks here and there. And it's a good day. It's not a bad idea is to have somebody inspect it once in a while, every 5 or 6 years.
Normally this is a one-day project, but after the tear-off we found out due to a lack of some ventilation that we were going to have to re-nail all the decking on the job. Part of the reason that they were having the problems they were having is because the decking was coming free, shingles were starting to pop up, boards were pushing through shingles. So we had to re-nail all the decking, we had a little bit of wood replacement to take care of. That's all said and done now, and it's another successful project.
With work finishing up on the new roof, Candy returns home from work to check things out.
Hi.
How are you?
Good, Candy.
How's it looking to you? We're getting you all wrapped up.
It's looking really good.
You want to walk around back and take a little look?
Yeah.
All right. Walk out back. This took just a little bit longer because when we took it off, you see we put those new vents up there,
Okay.
but when we tore the roof off, a lot of the reason you had that stuff sticking up was because the wood was coming loose due to a lack of ventilation.
Okay.
So once our guys got it off, we went through and re-nailed all the wood, got those new vents put in for you. Now the weather's a little colder right now, so they're looking a little lumpy.
Okay.
But as the sun shines on those for a day or two, they are asphalt based. They'll warm up and they'll lay down nice and smooth, just like the neighbor's roof.
Oh, okay, great.
What he's doing up there right now, they've already step flashed around that chimney the way it's supposed to be.
Okay.
And what they're putting on now is called counter flashing. That goes over the top of your flash and keeps any water from getting behind the step flashing. That's a lot permanent. We don't use the tar on the roofs. The tar, the sun will shine on the tar, it will crack, it'll eventually separate. The metal is the permanent fix, and that'll solve all your issues there. The black vents that we put in the top are for exhaust ventilation. Normally your intake would come in down here at the bottom, but since you don't have overhangs, it's obviously coming in through the gable vents on the side, and that'll all vent out through the vents that are in the top of the roof. That'll add a lot of life to your roof, and it's actually required as part of the warranty on the shingles.
Oh, okay.
Well, it's always a pleasure for us when we can help out anybody in the community. We thank Buckeye for the opportunity to do this one. But helping the veterans out, people that are a little less fortunate, we try to give back every time we can. You know what I mean? We're glad to be in this business. We're glad to be successful, and we like to help out anytime we can.
Let's check in with Barry Shaner, President and CEO of Directions Credit Union.
HELOC, the HELOC, what that stands for is a home equity line of credit. So there are two pieces to that. The first piece is home equity. And what that refers to is that we're using the homeowner's equity in their home as collateral for a loan. And when I talk about the equity, what I mean is the difference between the value of the home and any mortgage that might be associated with it. So for example, if the homeowner had a home that was worth $100,000 and a mortgage of $60,000, the equity we're talking about is the difference between those two, or $40,000. And then the LOC part of this means the line of credit. And when we're talking about a line of credit, we're talking about a kind of loan that isn't advanced all at once, but can be advanced in pieces as the homeowner needs the funds. So it's a credit line, so home equity line of credit. Any homeowner who has equity in their home should be able to qualify for this type of loan pending credit. Who's eligible would be, in Directions case, anyone that lives, works, or worships in Lucas, Wood, Fulton, Monroe, or Lenawee counties in the Toledo area. The funds, as long as they're available, as long as the equity is available, the homeowner can use the funds for whatever they would like to use those for. So often we do see homeowners use those for some kind of a project to improve their home, roof or windows, for example, kitchen, bathrooms. Those are two other popular things we see. But those funds can be used for other things as well. And another thing that we do see is homeowners using those funds for something like a down payment on a second home, for example. So either a vacation home or an income-producing property. The funds from their existing residents can be tapped for that sort of thing as well. So Directions was founded in 1953 by members of St. Clement Catholic Parish in West Toledo. And it was formed to provide a source for financial products for members of the parish. In 1953, that stuff wasn't always as available as it is now. So the Financial Cooperative Credit Union was founded, and we're still a financial cooperative, but we're a little bigger than we were then. We've grown from the box at the back of the church at the end of services to over 25 locations throughout northern Ohio and southeast Michigan at this point. Yeah, so I would say if someone is thinking about this type of a financial tool, it would be a great idea to go out to Directions website and take a look at some of the information we have there. We have a home equity borrower's guide that has a lot of the information that we've been talking about here. There's also lots of other financial education information out there on home equity loans, mortgages, and other types of financial products that can be very helpful to consumers as well.